I would like to greet all of you with the name Yahushua and the Torah's force. Here, the elder Assaf Benami, Crispin, Levi from a chuva Israelite of Pereira Barreto, São Paulo, Brazil. We're going to continue with the explanation of the Torah, the spiritual land, the one everlasting covenant. We're studying the 613 ordinance of Yahweh, the Torah, the statutes and judges, and which give us life, give us blessings. We stopped in the former study, we stopped in number 10, and now we're going to start the number 10. We stopped in number 9, and now we're going to start number 10. Number 10, read, study and meditate on the book of the law, Devarim 6:7. Devarim 6:7. Devarim 6:7. And you shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. Then read, study, and meditate on the book of the law. It's our life. We must concentrate all our attentions upon the ordinance of Yahweh, because it's our life. We're going to read now one reference in Numbers 13. Numbers 13. And we're going to see first Yahushua Benami. Yahushua Benami. 1:8. Do not let this book of the Torah depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you guard to do according to all that is written in it. For then you shall make your way prosperous and act wisely. And these are the words that Yahweh said to Yahushua Benami after the death of Moshe. We're going now the item number 11. Teach the book of the law to our children. Devarim 6:7. Devarim 6:7. We read now, and it says, teach these words from this book to your children. It's our duty to teach our children, because they are going to be the Israel of tomorrow. And we're going to see one reference in Tehillim 78, Tehillim. Tehillim, Psalm 78. Tehillim 78. 5 to 8. Tehillim 78. For he raised a witness in Yaakov, and set a Torah in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, to teach them to their children, that it might be known to a generation to come, to children who would be born, to rise up and relate them to their children, and to place their trust in Elohim, and not forget the works of will, but watch over his commands, and not to be like their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation which did not prepare its heart, whose spirit was not steadfast to Elohim. Then, when we teach our children the Torah, we perpetuate the word of Yahweh, and it prepares them to remember Yahweh's word forever. Number 12, Tefillin of Yad, sign, Devarim 6:8. Tefillin of Yad, Devarim 6:8. Devarim 6:8. And shall bind them as sign on your hands, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. Number 12, Tefillin of Yad, sign. 13, Tefillin of forehead, sign, frontlets between the eyes. All this written in Devarim 6:8. Well, we can see here, okay, arm lace, okay, the 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments. As the word which out from Yahweh's mouth for us to put in our hands, a signal, okay, and we put our arm lace with the 10 Commandments. Then the Tefillin of forehead, sign. We can see here in our kippas, in our hats, we have the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments. According the word that our Elohim taught, because if you are obedient to the voice, Yahweh's voice, Yahweh bless you, bless your family, He bless all your business. 14, make tzitzit on the corners of the garments. Numbers 15, 38 to 40. Numbers 15, 38 to 40. Speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them to make tzitzit on the corners of their garments throughout their generation, and to put a blue cord in the tzitzit of the corners. And it shall be to you for a tzit, and you shall see it and shall remember all the commandments of Yahweh, and shall do them, and not search after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you went wording, so that you remember and shall do all my commandments, and be set apart unto your Elohim. Then it's another mitzvah or commandment, very important, to make tzit on the corners of the garment. You can see here on my garments, written in Bemidbar 15, 38 to 40. Devarim 22:12. There is a reference. Devarim 22:12. Make tassels on the four corners of the garment with which you cover yourself. Then we must make tzit on the corners of the garments. Now let's go to the item 15. Preach and publish Yahweh's law. Devarim 6:9. Devarim 6:9. Preach and publish Yahweh's law. Devarim 6:9. And you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates. We must put the Asorot Adabarim, the 10 Commandments, in our doorposts of our houses, in our cars, that it serves as a protection against the thief, against the robbers, against the murders, to protect us and our children and our family. We're going to see one reference in Amos 5:15. Amos 5:15. Amos 5:15. Amos 5:15. Amos 5:15. Hate evil and love good, and set up right rule in the gate. It might be that Yahweh Elohim of hosts shows favor to the remnant of Yosef. Then to set up the commandment, right ruling in the gate. Then you can put the 10 Commandments, Asorot Adabarim, in our cars, in the doorpost of our houses, in our gates. 16. Gather for the reading of the law every 7 years in the feast of Booth, Sukkot. Devarim 31:10-3. Devarim Devarim, third one. Devarim, third one, 10 to 3. Devarim, third one, chapter 31, verses. Hallelujah. Devarim, third one, verse 10 to 13. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of 7 years, at the appointed time, the year of release, at the festival of booths, when all Israel comes to appear before Yahweh, your Elohim, in the place which he chose. Read this Torah before all Israel in hearing. Assemble the people, the men and the women, and the little ones, and your sojourner, who is within your gates, so that they hear and so that they learn to fear Yahweh your Elohim, and guard to do all the words of the Torah. Then our fathers and we must remember this important commandment together for the reading of the law every 7 years in the Feast of Booths. We're going to see one reference in Nehemiah 8, 1 to 4. Nehemiah. Nehemiah 8, 1 to 4. And when the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities, and all the people gathered together as one man in the open space that was in front of the water gate. And they spoke to the scribe, to bring the book of the Torah of Moshe, which Yahweh had commanded Israel. And Ezra, the priest, broke the Torah before the assembly of both men and women, and all who could hear with understanding on the first day of the 7th month. And he read from each in the open space in front of the water gate from morning until midday, before the men and women and those who could understand. And the ears of all the people listened to the book of the Torah. And Ezra the scribe stood on a platform of wood which they had made for the purpose, and beside him on his right stood Mattithiah and Shema, Hananiah, and Uriah, and Hilkiah, and Maaseiah, and on his left stood Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchiah, and Hashum, and Hash, Badanah, Zechariah, Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. Then we're going to see in these passages one fulfillment of this important commandment, because our fathers, Israelites in Ezra's time, in Nehemiah's time, they had forgotten the law of the Eternal One. And they forgot the Hamoedim, appointed times, feast of appointed times. And the Eternal One resuscited then spiritually to keep these commandments another time. Item number 17. A king must acquire and apply the book of the law. Devarim 17, 18 to 20. Devarim 17, 18 to 20. And it shall be when he sits on the throne of his reign, that he shall write for himself a copy of this Torah in a book, from the one before the priests, the Levites, and it shall be with him. And he shall read it all the days of his life, so that he learns to fear Yahweh, his Elohim, and guard all the words of this Torah and these laws to do them, so that his heart is not lifted up above his brothers, and so as not to turn aside from the command right or left, so that he prolong his days in his reign, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Then a king must acquire and apply the book of the law. We can see in the books of First Kings and Second Kings. You're going to see the ways of the Malachims of Israel and the Yehudah. The majority of them didn't guard the commandments of Yahweh, and they perished in a short time, while the majority of them of kept the Torah, they survived. And I can cite here as example Yehoshaphat, Shlomo, David, Asha, and the Eternal One blessed their reigns, and they prospered in their ways. When they put their hearts to walk according the Torah, according Yahweh's laws, Yahweh's laws, and the same occurs with us, because now we are a priestly kingdom. 18. To remember of law, Torah written, and the song, Shir, given to eternal Yahweh to Moshe and Yahushua, Devarim 31, 19 to 30. Devarim 31, 19 to 30. And now, 19, and now write thou this song for yourselves, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouth, so that this song is to me for a witness against the children of Israel. And I shall bring them to the land flowing with milk and honey, of which I swore to their fathers, and they shall eat and be satisfied and be fat. Then they shall turn to other mighty ones, and they shall serve them, and scorn me, and break my covenant. And it shall be, when many evils and distress come upon them, that this song shall answer before them as a witness. For it is not to be forgotten in the mouth of their seed. For I know their thoughts, which they are forming today, even before I bring them to the land of which I swore to give them. And Moshe wrote this song the same day, and taught it to the children of Israel. And he commanded Yahushua, son of Nun, and said, Be strong and courageous, for you are to bring the children of Israel into the land of which I swore to them, and I myself am with you. And it came to be, when Moshe had completed writing the words of this Torah in a book until their completion, that Moshe commanded the Levites who bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, saying, Take this book to the Torah, and you shall place it beside the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your Elohim, and shall be there as a witness against you. For I myself know your rebellion and your stiff neck. See, while I am still alive with you today, you have been rebellious against Yahweh. Then, how much more after my death? Assemble unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, so that I speak these words in their hearing, and call the heavens and the earth to witness against them. For I know that after my death you shall do very corruptly, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you. And evil shall come to you in the later days, because you do what is evil in the eyes of Yahweh, to provoke him through the work of your hand. So Moshe spoke in the hearing of all the assembly of Israel the words of this song till their completion. This song, it's the same Torah. And we must remember the law written in the Mount Sinai, given by the Eternal to Moshe and Yahushua. You can see that the name Yahushua was in an elder called Yahushua Benami, and this name was confirmed many years after by the Archangel Gabriel in a child named Yahushua ben Yosef. The same name that took our fathers to the promised land, this name will take us to our inheritance in Israel in the 7th millennium. We're going to see one reference here, Apocalypse 15, Revelation 15, Revelation 15. (15:3). You can see here that Yahushua ben Yosef, Yahushua ben Yosef and Moshe, they sing the song that motion, the eternal order that motion spake to the people of Israel. And they sing the song of Moshe, the servant of Elohim, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are your works, Yahweh, El Shaddai, righteous and true are your ways, all sovereign of the set aparted ones. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Then, I hope that Yahweh open your eyes and that you put your heart, your minds to understand the Torah, the words who came out from Yahweh's mouth. And we don't preach here any religion, nor Judaism, nor Christianism, nor evangelical, nor Islamism, nor philosophies, just the Torah. And because the Torah are going to get together all the tribes of Israel. Israel is 12 tribes, not one, not religions. And the word of Yahweh will never pass. You never pass. And we're going to see the item 19. Remember that we are reading these books. If you don't have it yet, you can ask us, and we're going to send one to you. And it facilitates you to check in the commandments of the Torah in your scriptures. 19. Be thankful to Yahweh in prayer, praise, and deed. Be thankful to Yahweh in prayer, praise, and deed. Devarim 8:10. Devarim 8:10. And you shall eat and be satisfied, and shall bless Yahweh your Elohim for the good land which he has given you. When you eat, when you drink, you must thank Yahweh for the good land that he gave you, and your family. It's a commandment. Then all you have was given by him. We're going to see one reference in the Aleph Shemuel, 1 Shemuel 9, 13 and 4. 13 and 4. 1 Shemuel 9, 13 and 4. As you come into the city, you are going to find him before he goes up to the high place to eat. For the people do not eat until he comes, for he blesses the slaughtering. Afterward, they who are invited eat. And now go up, for you should find him about this time. Then we can see here the people waiting for Samuel, for him to bless the food, because it's a commandment. It's a commandment. And before they ate, you are going to see another reference in Matthew 14:19. Matthew 14:19. And commanding the crowds to sit down on the grass, and taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to the heaven, he blessed, and he broke and gave the loaves to the talked ones, and the talked ones gave it to the crowds. We can see here Yahushua fulfilling this commandment as well. Be thankful to Yahweh in prayer, praise, and death. And we finish here. Yahweh bless you and your family. And you can, if you can, join to us in this gathering of the 12 tribes of Israel to return to obey His commandment, to guard His Torah. You can write to us. We're going to put the informatives with your aim. And if you want to donate, you can see in the informative all these informations. Yahweh bless you and your family. Lehitraot nitrae katsar. Shalom, shalom.